Hi friends, now we are going to discuss about the voyage accounting part 2. In this we will be covering voyage in progress. Okay, so what does voyage in progress means? That the ship is still in the sea. Okay, it is still in the progress and the accounts have been closed. This might be possible when the journey of the ship is still incomplete and the books are about to be closed. Okay, in this case we have to make the voyage in progress account. How do we do the accounting for it? We are going to see that. Okay, so in the last lecture we have studied about what is voyage accounting, how is it being prepared, what are the items we take into the consideration for preparing the voyage accounting. I hope you remember all these things, then only you will be able to understand today's lecture. So these were the things we did. The very special treatment that is needed for the credit side in the voyage accounting, and on the debit side these were the items. If you have missed any of this or you want to see the lecture, the part 1 of this lecture, you can go in the comment section. You will find a link over there. Okay, click and you can go back. Now today we are going to start with the voyage in progress. As I already told you that at the time of closing of the books of account at the end of the year, okay, it is possible that voyage may not complete and it may still be in progress, right? In that case the special treatment is needed. For that we need to prepare the voyage in progress. How do we do that? We are going to see in this lecture. Firstly we see the freight received. In this case, as we know that freight is the income of the ship company, any ship company, the freight is the income, right? So in this case the total freight received is credited. Firstly it is credited, and whatever is in the work in progress, the voyage in progress, whatever is there in progress has to be debited. Instead that we deduct the freight, the freight in progress from the total freight received. Instead we do that, we simply credit whatever has been received and debit the provisions for the voyage in progress for the freight received, right? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, kindly comment in the comment section and I will surely reply to you guys. Okay, so next thing we are going to see is the expenses. As we know about the matching concept in the accounting, what is that? All the expenses should be recognized in the matching period of the income it has been incurred. Okay, for that particular period when the income has been received, the expenses has to be recorded of that particular period only. This is the matching concept of the accounting. This is one of the main principles. So in this case for expenses we see, first point is that when the expenses are related to freight, expenses like insurance, agent's commission and the address commission, these are etc. are always related to freight, are in certain percentage of freight or are related to freight. When this is the scenario, then what do? We simply calculate the return freight divided by total freight multiplied by the expenses related to freight. Have you understood? Okay, we are going to see this with the help of an example. We see that the total freight is 25 lakhs whereas the return freight is 12 lakhs and the total expenses that are related to freight are 5 lakhs. So if you want to compute, how will we do? I told you return freight. What is the return freight over here? 12 lakhs. Okay, 12 lakhs divided by the total freight, that is 25 lakhs into 5 lakhs. What is the 5 lakhs? The expenses, actual expenses incurred that are related to the freight. So you will get this figure. Alright, this is done only when the expenses are related to the freight. For example, insurance, address commission and agent's commission. Okay. Now next, when expenses are not related to freight. When expenses are not related to freight, these are the expenses that are called standing expenses. In this case also we have subcategories, like when return journey is incomplete. When your return journey is incomplete, in that case, half or 0.5 of the standing expenses are carried forward. Okay, when it is incomplete, why? Incomplete is always half, or you never know how much has been completed. Then you take half of the standing expenses and you then carry forward these expenses, right? And when the journey is halfway back, then you have two choices. Then you have to see that the expenses incurred are for the entire wage or till date. When the journey is halfway back, then you have to see whether the expenses incurred are for the entire wage or till date. Now we are going to see, in case when the total expenses are given, in that case, what is the scenario? In this case, the formula will be expenses of incomplete journey divided by total expenses. Okay, in this case, what is it saying is, if the freight return journey is not recognized as a revenue, if you have not recognized the revenue, how can you charge the expenses, right? If you have not recognized the return revenue, then the expenses of the journey is only half of the total expenses. I hope you understood. Why have we taken half? Because we have not recognized the revenue of that period. Hence, out of the total expenses, half will be carried forward, right? Next are your expenses till date are given. If your expenses till date are given, then the total expenses are incurred for 1.5 journey. Out of this, only half are related to the return journey, and these are to be carried forward. Okay, in this case. And when the case is of one round trip and single way, in that case, we see that the voyage, the expenses of the total voyage are given, okay, or the expenses are given till date. In this case also we have two categories. One is when the expenses are given and when the expenses are given till date. In this case, when the total voyage expenses are given, then 1/3 expenses are to be carried forward, and in case of the expenditures that are given till date, 1/5. Okay. Now let's try to solve with the help of an example. This is the ABC voyage. Okay, it is starting from 1st February. The accounts are closed on 31st March. Now the various expenditures are given, like port charges are your expenses. Okay, salary to the crew, consumption of coal, these are all your expenses. Insurance, freight, depreciation, these are all our expenses. And what is our income? Freight charges. This is our income. It is saying that out of this freight, 3 lakh is your freight inward. 3 lakhs is your freight inward. Primage is 10% on the freight. Address commission is 5% on the freight charge, and the primage 3/4 of the total voyage including return journey is complete, right? So in this case, now let's try to solve this. You remember, this is how we prepared our voyage account. Okay, over here, see, what do we have? We have all our expenses, and over here we have all our incomes, right? So simply we are going to record our incomes first, that is freight outward. How have we computed this? We can see that total freight charge is 8 lakhs, out of which 3 lakhs is our freight inward. That means freight outward is 8 lakhs minus 3 lakhs. This comes out to be 5 lakhs. We have seen that freight inward was 3 lakhs. Further, we have seen that primage is 10% on the freight charge. So we can simply compute 10% on the freight outward. This is 50,000. 10% on the freight return, that is 30,000. I hope there is no doubt. In case of any doubt, please comment me in the comment section and I will surely reply to you guys. Now for the expenses, what do we see? Port charges we've seen. Okay, port charges were there, salary to the crew, consumption of coal, consumption of stores we've seen, and the insurance. These expenses have come as it is. We've written as it is all the expenses, right? And the sum of all the expenses till now is 4,10,000. Is it done? Perfectly right. Now why have we computed these separately is because these are not related to the freight. These expenses are not related to freight, right? That is why we have separately computed it. Okay, other than that, what is there? Depreciation we have taken exactly, insurance charges we have taken, and now we are going to see the address commission. What was the percentage of the address commission? It was 5%. Right, 5% what? Address commission. You know, address commission is always computed on freight plus primeage. Address commission is always computed on freight and primeage. In this case, 5% has been taken on the freight outward, that was 5 lakhs, plus your primeage 50,000. Okay, that is why it is 5,50,000. 5% has been taken. This amount comes to be 27,500. Similarly, for freight in worth, what is the scenario? It is 3 lakhs plus your primeage is 30,000. On this total amount, 5%, the amount comes out to be 16,500. Done? I hope there is no doubt till here. Okay, now we have to compute voyage in progress, right? We have to compute voyage in progress. For this, we see half of the total expenses for the entire voyage unconnected to the freight. Why have we taken half? If you still remember, see, when it is related to the freight, we compute this way. Okay, what do we take in this case is your return freight divided by your total freight into actual expenses. But when it is not related to the freight, when your expenses are not related to the freight, that means these are the standing expenses, then half of the standing charges are to be carried forward. That is why we have taken half of these expenses which are not related to the freight. So this amount comes out to be 2,05,000. Perfectly fine. Okay, done. Then we have taken depreciation. What was the depreciation? Depreciation is 80,000. Right. For the depreciation. Now, in case of depreciation, we can see that over here it is, yeah, here. Okay, here we can see that one outward journey and half of the return journey is completed. That is what it is given. Therefore, 1/3 of the expenses will be carried forward. Okay, 1/3 of the depreciation, that is 80,000, will be carried forward. This comes out to be 26,667. Then address commission on freight inwards. This is the straight away we are going to take. Why? Because your freight inward, that is freight inward and primeage, is still in progress. This journey has not been completed. That is why we have debited over here. That is what we have seen. Like when the, now over here we have seen that freight received is credited, but whatever is provision for the incomplete voyage, it is debited. That is why we have debited this. That is why we have debited provision of incomplete voyage. Done. Okay. Then your insurance charges. Insurance charges are what? These are related to the freight. Remember, these charges are related to the freight. Whenever the charges are related to the freight, what do? We do the return freight divided by the total freight into the expenses incurred. Let's see. This is your return freight divided by your total freight and multiplied by your actual insurance charges. This comes out to be 15,000. So by adding up these figures, we get 2,63,167. When you have all your income side and your debit side, the expenses, can you compute the profit? Hence, this is the profit of the voyage. This is how we compute the work in progress. Okay, so there is no difference between majorly the simple accounts of voyage accounting and the voyage in progress. The only difference is we put the voyage in progress over here on the credit side and on the debit side. Done. If you have liked my lecture, then kindly subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.